I got the part through Terry Stone. I met Terry. Terry's a friend of mine, and he told me that he'd get me to work on the future projects. And when I got the shout for doing the part, it was pretty soon I was into the part. You know, so I didn't have an awful lot of time to research the part, but I know a little bit about the history of the crime lords in London and the war that went on with the different elements through the Krays. You know, we know the history of the Krays and Frankie Fraser. I met Frankie on a few occasions. So I know a little bit about it, but I didn't have much time to research the part. I haven't found out why to this day. No, I haven't. I just, I hope it's not because I got a smelly breath. I don't know. I think it's because maybe the width in me, the breadth in me, I don't know. Maybe I'm like built like a bloody bear. But I've always loved the baddie. I've not been a baddie in real life, but I've always loved the baddie in the films. They seem to have more fun than the goodies, you know. And my favourite character is the baddie in Bond. I just love the baddie in James Bond. We've grown up watching Jaws and Odd Job, and you know, just attached to them sort of characters. And that would be a dream job for me, to be a baddie in a Bond movie. So this is a step closer to becoming a baddie in Bond. Every film I do is more experience. You know, I'm enjoying it. It's a whole new chapter to my life, and I'm really enjoying it. My background is boxing, and I was Mike Tyson's sparring partner for nearly 2 years. My boxing career finished. I was in limbo land. I didn't know what to do. Cass Pennant, who published my book, he gave me a part in his movie. I met Tamer Hassan on the Cass movie, and his agent took a shine to me. Sent me for the audition for the Sherlock Holmes film to play a character called McMurdo. I was to fight Robert Downey Jr. I've gone in for the casting. The casting agent said, look into the camera lens, give an intimidating stare. I've sparred with Mike Tyson for nearly 2 years, and I've boxed Lennox Lewis. So I've had to look into the eyes of Mike Tyson and Lennox Lewis and try to intimidate them. So to intimidate a couple of casting agents was no problem. They said, you've got an amazingly intimidating stare. Anyway, I got the part to play McMurdo. I've gone to the read-through in Claridge's. My name played Joe Egan next to Jude Law, Robert Downey Jr., sitting opposite Guy Ritchie, Joel Silver, the CEO of Warner Brothers, Eddie Marsan, Rachel McAdams, all these superstars. And Guy said, Joe, I've been trying to get you in one of my films for a long time. I said, you're joking. I'm Robert Downey Jr., Lyndon. He goes, Joe, you come with a fearsome reputation. I can't believe these people even knew me, but they knew me through Tyson. We travelled down to do the practice fights. Guy said, how are things, Joe? I said, things are okay, Guy, I'm making ends meet. He says, your agent told you how much you can get for the fight scene for the film? I said, Guy never even asked. I'm just honoured to be in your film. When he told me it was more than I got in any of my pro fights, I was deadly serious. I said, Guy, for that money, I said, Robert Downey Jr. can really hit me. You can kick me as well if you want to. And he took it for the laugh, and he said, Joe, I don't want you being beaten up. I said, Guy, I've been beaten up for a lot less. I do a few weeks in hospital for that money. Then I got a part in the prison scene. I got called Big Joe by an Academy Award-winning actor in a Warner Brothers movie, directed by Guy Ritchie, and has made all the beatings that I took worthwhile, because my mum is so proud. No mother wanted to see her son being beaten up in a boxing ring, but she sees me beaten up on screen regular, she sees me killed on screen regular, and she loves it because she knows it's not real. So to work with Academy Award-winning actors, to have dialogue with Academy Award-winning actors is amazing. But the stars of this film, it's amazing to work with these stars. You know, I've worked with Roland on a couple of occasions, Roland Manukian. I've worked with Leo Gregory on a couple of occasions. I'm a big fan of Jamie Foreman. I'm a big fan of Terry Stone. You know, Steve Collins, me and Steve actually fought twice as kids growing up. You know, now to work with him on film, it's great. We've been friends 40 years from when I was 11 years of age. You know, and it's like a whole new chapter to my life. It's fantastic. I'm loving it. So I get to play the bad guy. I get to play the gangster regular. I fit that bill. I look like a gangster. I look like a bad boy. I don't think they're ever going to give me a love scene in film, you know. So I'm enjoying this. I really am enjoying it. I won 7 Irish boxing titles. Every boxer that climbs into the ring dreams about becoming a champion of the world. I wasn't good enough to be a champion of the world. I fought lots of world champions. I beat one world champion. I beat Bruce Seldon in Atlantic City. He went on to win the world heavyweight title. Tyson then knocked him out for the title. But to share the ring with champions of the world was a great honour. But I won 7 Irish boxing titles, and that was a major achievement for me. To win it once was an achievement. To win it 7 times. I went professional with Mr. Eastwood, Barney Eastwood, and had 4 professional fights. Unfortunately, after my 3rd fight, I was involved in a very bad car accident and had to retire from boxing. I was out of the ring for 12 years, and After 12 years, I was broke. I was skint, and I made a comeback in the boxing. Had a big write-up in the boxing news. It said George Foreman made the comeback after 10 years. Big Joe Egan made the comeback after 12 years. To get mentioned in the same paragraph as George Foreman. Anyway, I made a comeback. I won in the 5th round, but I was 38 years of age. You know, I'd been out of the ring for 12 years. I was fighting injury from, it'd been 12 years from the car crash, but I was still carrying a lot of pain. But when you need the money, all I knew how to do was fight, and boxing was a quick way of making some money. I didn't want to be a criminal. I didn't want to go down the road of being a criminal. I've done security most of my life, and like I said, I finished the career on a win, and I've enjoyed my boxing career. Like I said, 7 Irish titles, a bronze medal in the World Amateur Championships. I shared the ring with some legends of the ring. I got battered by the best. If you're going to get battered, you might as well get battered by the best. I've been battered by the best, Greg. But it's an honour to share the ring with them. I'm not a great actor. I don't try and make myself out to be a great actor. I'm learning as I go along. And to play the tough guy, I've had to live the life of a tough guy in the boxing ring. I did security, like I said, I've done doors, I was on the doors of nightclubs. So to play the tough guy, I've been around the gangsters. There's always been a gangster element in the boxing. There's always been an underworld in the boxing, so I've been around the gangsters. I've also been around the pillars of the community as well, politicians and royalty. You know, there's always, that's the great thing about the boxing, it's an audience is so wide. But if I was a good enough actor, I could play a softie. I'd like to give it a go. It'd be interesting. I'd like to give it a go, but as I get experience and as I get working with some of these great actors, like I'm working with on this film, Roland, Leo, Terry, you know, Jamie Foreman, these are fantastic actors, and I'm learning. Ali, I'm working alongside Ali closely. He's Leo's right-hand man, and I'm his right-hand man as such. So I'm learning from these guys, and the more I learn, the better I become, and I think in time, I'm enjoying it. Like I said, it's a whole new chapter to my life. It's making my mum very proud, and who knows, I might get to play a gay hairdresser one day. You never know. You never know. That would test my acting ability, you know.